I would just so it's a great question. I would make sure that you can pass and catch with both hands. My freshman year when I was in high school and my freshman year when I was in college for both, the reason that I even played was because I could be relied upon on the field. So what does that mean? I was able to pass and catch and be trusted. I would make sure that I would pick one or the other. So what I mean by that is I would make sure to have two really, really, really good hands or just stick to one. And why it's interesting to think that way because in today's game, when I was in ninth grade, we weren't really throwing behind the back passes. We were taking more time to roll and throw. So thinking back on it, I would have probably focused a little bit more on my stick work and my left hand for sure. And then I probably would have asked some more questions and surrounded myself with people who thought like me all the time. I think that that's definitely a big one, is just to surround yourself with like-minded people that have the same goal as you. And that's something you can bring across all platforms of your life, lacrosse, professional life. And when I think back, I would ask more questions. I really would. You can never be too curious. You can never learn too much. We all were pretty talented young kids, so we fell into the trap of thinking that we knew everything. Mm-hmm. And then, a coach or another player said something to you, and then a couple years down the road, you're like, damn. There are times now that I think back, I'm 27, that Tills was saying stuff to me, and I'm like, oh shit, he was actually right. So the ninth grade or the 13-year-old in me, I would ask more questions. I would surround myself with everybody who had the same goal as me, and just make sure I can pass and catch efficiently with both hands.
Right, and I will say, so I spoke to Tills actually today about you, and he said, honestly, your competitiveness, work ethic is through the roof. But what he talked about, he's like, you came in as an athletic kid who is the best righty down the alley, can shoot on the run, and even Charlie attested it too, is you developed your left hand so much in college, you became such a great player. And if you did it in 13, you would be even better. But like you said, you were such a good player, but you were willing to work on it. And I think that's huge for kids at a young age to realize that.
Yeah. The thing is for kids and all that listen to this is you're never good enough, and there's always somebody working. And there's always more that you can do. As of late, and God rest his soul, Kobe Bryant has been a pretty big person that I've been studying as of late. And I wish that I did when I was in college, just to understand what it really took to be really good and then to be great. I was never a great player. I was really good. There's a big difference there because of the willingness to look in the mirror and be like, okay, I need a menu of things. At the end of the day, people are going to be able to stop me from running to my right hand and shooting it. But if I can display the fact that I can do both righty and lefty, add a rollback, add a Z dodge, add a hitch, now I have a real menu and a real arsenal that will make you dangerous. That's what kids need to understand, is that you're never good enough, and there's always somebody who's working. So put your head down and grind.
I